Welcome back. I'm joined now by former Fox 43 AM Live co-host and current Topeka Performing Arts Center marketing and ticketing coordinator, Shawn Brian. Shawn, thanks for joining us this Friday morning. It's great to have you back.
Thank you for allowing me to come back. I didn't scare you guys.
Oh, not at all. Not at all. We are thrilled to have you here today.
Thank you.
The Arts Center staying busy as ever here, and you've got some great shows just around the corner. Let's start with Peter and the Wolf here. Now, this is a show put on thanks to the Kansas Ballet, taking place in 2 weeks on July 26th. What's in store for attendees on this one?
So I cannot wait for this show. The story, Michelle was just talking about local talent, and you guys were talking about how much local talent there is to showcase in Topeka, and this is not going to let anybody down. The Kansas Ballet Company, they do such a great job, and Peter and the Wolf, it's a classic tale of a young boy and his little adventures on his farm. There's a duck involved, and there's a cat, and then there's the great telling of the wolf, who he thinks he maybe needs to be afraid of this wolf, but it turns out that, you know what, the wolf's not too scary. Maybe we just need to rescue this wolf, and in the end, everybody's happy, all the animals are happy. But what it gets to do is it tells this great story from a child's perspective, and at the same time it showcases the amazing talent that comes from Kansas Ballet and the music of Sergei Prokofiev, I believe is how to pronounce it. I practiced that one. But yeah, it's just going to be a great afternoon for ballet, the arts in Topeka, and some really great classical music.
Yeah, it sounds pretty incredible. I love, like you mentioned there, showcasing even more local talent, and this project just sounds incredible.
Yeah.
Cannot get enough of it here. Well, if that show wasn't enough dancing, It Takes a Village Inc. is heading to the Arts Center on August 3rd with a dance version of the beloved movie Annie with Dance, Annie, Dance. Now, what stands out to you about this version of that classic story?
I love the artistry that comes from the dancers at It Takes a Village. They work so hard, and they put on such a great show, and they tell a story in a way that it's modern, it's current, and it grabs an audience that maybe is a little sometimes, oh, what's dance, you know, what's the arts, you know, oh, that's, you know, maybe not for me. But they bring a whole new perspective of dance as art, and it's so much fun to watch their company put on a show. It's fun, it's vibrant, and this version of Dance, Annie, Dance is gonna retell the story of Annie, the musical that I grew up loving.
Yeah.
It was definitely one of my favorites, you know, during the summer break. You know, I probably watched it 20 times in the summer.
Easy.
On VHS back then. But yeah, it's going to be a great show, and again, it showcases another of our amazing dance companies that we have right here in Topeka.
Absolutely love to see it. You know, we'll have Pete Davidson coming over, and artist on a larger scale swinging on by, but it's the local talent showcasing what they got in such a beautiful venue that really stands out to me about TPAC.
Yeah, and I think that's the great thing, too, about TPAC partnering with a lot of these local communities, because it gives them the chance to feel what it is like to perform in a big, beautiful auditorium, and I think that inspires them as well. You know, they inspire us in the audience, but being able to perform on a large stage in a large auditorium such as TPAC, it inspires them to continue to be a part of dance and the arts in our community. And then even as they grow older, it's something that resonates with them, and they carry it into adulthood.
Right.
So it's such a special gift, I think, for our city.
And especially if you grew up in Topeka, near the area, you know, you're going to TPAC pretty regularly in your youth and in high school, and then being able to actually put on a show there, and then every time you pass it, say, I was there, I performed. Just another level of connection to the local arena.
Yeah, there's so many people who come through our doors, and that's one of the things that they say, like, oh, I remember when I was in the Nutcracker, or when I danced here, or I remember coming here for, you know, fill in the blank. So many events that they would have seen there as kids, and they continue to support the arts and to support our local dancers. And it's just such a gift, I think, to hear those stories and then to bring their own children. And it just continues a tradition, and it's such a gem that we have in our city. And I hope people come out to see Peter and the Wolf. and Dance Annie Dance.
Yeah, we've got some great shows coming up. Swing on by if either of those two, they both sound incredible. If you've got some available time, definitely make a stop by TPAC. Love to see it.
Tickets are always online, or come see me at the box office.
There you go. Well, Shawn, some great shows coming up in the near future here. Thank you once again for joining us this Friday morning. I hope you had a nice return to the station here.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Of course.